So I'm probably disappointed. I'm probably gutted. Something has to change, but I don't know who knew what. I'm thinking, why don't it just come out now then? You know, I knew, and I'm hearing everybody else is saying they've only just found out. It's breaking.
So there was an adverse finding of a trace substance in one of Conor Benn's VADA tests. Both guys for this fight signed up to various different agencies for testing.
The attempted murder, and they wanted me to be an accomplice to it. They were asking me to take money to come onto the zone and be a...
Conor Benn tested positive for drugs before his rematch with Chris Eubank Jr. The news has shocked the boxing world. Fans are surprised, discussions are spreading fast, and everyone wants answers. Drugs might make you stronger, but true skill, heart, and timing can't be faked. In boxing, real success comes from honesty and hard work.
A 2-minute interview. I always say, it don't matter what drugs you take, it doesn't make you a better fighter. It might make you stronger, it might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter. That's proof. You know, so until more news comes out, you just got to deal with it. Let's not...
Eddie Hearn's comments reveal the trouble Conor Benn has gotten himself into. His third failed drug test has thrown the boxing world into confusion. The board is struggling to respond, legal issues are stacking up, and fans are asking how a fighter who keeps failing tests is still allowed to fight.
Obviously at the moment the British Boxing Board of Control aren't. So we have to speak with them, deal with the legal situation and see where it lands. And this is quite fresh. Obviously I don't even think it's 30 minutes, I think it's more like 10 or 15 minutes since that. And you know, we'll see what rolls.
Frank Warren speaks the hard truth. Conor Benn's career is hanging by a thread. After failing 3 drug tests, his reputation is badly damaged. Like anyone who breaks the rules, he now has to face the consequences. It's unclear if he can ever redeem himself, and many in the boxing world are wondering if they can trust him again.
I can see where they're coming from, but the fact of the matter is, it's like if you go to prison, you're found guilty of a crime, you go to prison, you serve your sentence, and the slate gets wiped clean.
Chris Eubank Jr.'s words hit hard. He has been tested many times and has always passed, while Conor Benn has now failed 3 drug tests. The difference between them is clear. Eubank shows skill, discipline, and honesty in the ring, while Benn's reputation is falling apart right in front of everyone.
It's a shame, man. You know, it's a shame that we have something now that kind of muddies the story, if anything. It's a shame.
Duke McKenzie speaks honestly and doesn't hold back. Conor Benn's actions feel like an insult to his father's legendary legacy. His father, a true fighter who never cheated, now has to watch his son damage the family's name. This scandal isn't only about failed drug tests, it's about lost pride and respect in the boxing world.
So I think that, you know, what he's done, it's like a slap in the face for his dad. His dad was an absolute warrior. I remember his dad well fighting. And he was an absolute warrior, and some of the fights he had will go down in boxing history as being some of the most savage fights ever. I don't think his dad ever got done for anything illegal, and to me it's just wrong.
John Fury speaks boldly and without fear. In a sport where fighters risk their lives, Conor Benn's repeated failed tests make him a serious concern. Fans and fighters are calling for accountability. It's fair to say innocent until proven guilty, but 3 failed tests tell a much darker and undeniable story.
If Conor Benn's been using, ban the fucker. Ban him. Because it's a dangerous sport. Whatever they do and whatever they don't. But I'm having no opinion on it at all. You know, a man's innocent till proven guilty.
Gareth A. Davies shares some shocking information. Conor Benn was reportedly taking 14 different supplements. With 3 failed drug tests already, the headlines look even worse. The size of this scandal has fans and experts questioning his honesty, his training methods, and whether he can ever be trusted in the ring again.
I haven't been reporting on it this morning. I'm just slowly coming up. One of my colleagues, Jeremy Wilson's doing it for the Telegraph. He's the drugs expert or the doping expert on the desk, and I think there was something like 14 supplements that he was using.
Frank Warren steps forward to make the facts clear. Conor Benn's repeated failures can't be denied. Each failed test is another stain on his record, leaving fans shocked and disappointed. The debate is over. 3 failed drug tests call for real consequences. The fighter who once seemed destined for greatness now risks being remembered for shame instead.
Sorry, the Conor failed a drug test. That is a fact. It's not been denied anywhere. there's lots of talk about, let's see how this works out, and and he's entitled to get his day and so forth. Well, it should be dealt with very quickly.
Carl Frampton's words hit hard. Conor Benn has now failed his third drug test, and the embarrassment is huge. This isn't just about cheating, it's about putting lives at risk in a sport where every punch can end a career. Fans feel betrayed by a fighter they once admired, while rivals are quietly watching the scandal unfold. The values every boxer is expected to follow, honesty, discipline, and respect, are being ignored. Benn's repeated failures not only damage his own legacy but also hurt the Benn family.
High-profile guys getting caught, and it's just horrible. Genuinely, and I know you were saying, without going fucking fully mental here, I just believe if you're caught with any performance-enhancing drug, you should be banned. You should be...
Johnny Nelson speaks the hard truth. Conor Benn's repeated failed tests show that no drug, supplement, or shortcut can replace real skill, timing, and ring intelligence, the qualities that make a true champion. His third failed test isn't just embarrassing for him. It sends a message to the boxing world that cheating can't make greatness. Fans feel betrayed, watching a fighter waste his talent and legacy for short-term gain. Rivals benefit without even fighting, and the Benn family name is under attack. Boxing is about intelligence, instinct, and heart, things drugs can't buy. Benn's failures are a clear warning that shortcuts only lead to shame.
Drugs don't make you a better fighter. Drugs may make you a little stronger, may make you a little, give you a bit more energy, but it don't make you technically smart. It doesn't give you all of that. So those drug cheats that do it purposely, you got to remember, why are you doing it? What difference is it going to make? It's going to make you like a boxing Einstein?
Dave Cowell perfectly sums up how fans and insiders feel: shock, anger, and disgust. Conor Benn's third failed drug test turns disbelief into full outrage. Even before knowing the exact substances, his credibility and integrity are in ruins. Fans are questioning every win, every claim of hard work, and even whether he should be allowed to fight. Boxing is built on courage, discipline, and respect for opponents, values Benn has repeatedly broken. Each new revelation erodes trust, leaving the sport shaken. His failures aren't just personal mistakes, they are public humiliation that affect every...
Fucking hell, cheating bastard. Yeah. That's the initial reaction. Whether it's a first fail or a third fail, that's the initial reaction. Your gut reaction is, but then obviously we don't know what he's failed for yet, and we don't know what it is. But then when it's somebody that's failed 3 times, or this is the third adverse reaction.
Don Charles doesn't...
Don Charles speaks without holding back. Conor Benn's third failed drug test is a stain that can't be erased. In boxing, using banned substances is unforgivable because the sport is dangerous, and every fighter's life is at risk. Charles points out not only Benn's personal failure but also the governing body's lack of strict enforcement. Letting cheaters get away damages the sport and affects match outcomes. Fans are angry, rivals are furious, and the Benn family's reputation is under attack. This isn't just breaking rules, it's disrespecting the ring, the legacy of clean fighters, and the trust of millions of fans. Benn's actions show negligence and dishonor.
Right, this is very unforgiving. You can't, I'm sorry, provided he's been found, it's 100% that those substances were found in his system, it's unforgiving. And you know what, I blame the governing bodies because I don't believe that they imposing heavy enough fine.
Eddie Hearn offers a human perspective, defending Conor Benn despite his third failed drug test. He emphasizes loyalty and personal trust, but the facts are clear. Benn's repeated failures have already embarrassed him and damaged his credibility. Hearn's view of Benn's character clashes with the undeniable reality of doping. Fans are divided, some feel sympathy for Benn's struggles, but most see a repeated pattern that can't be ignored. In boxing, reputation and discipline are everything, and no amount of loyalty can erase 3 strikes against integrity.
Really difficult, because everybody will plead their innocence. When you got a kid that you've known for, 6-7 years, who, virtually lives with Tony Sims, who is, a very close friend of mine, the most, 100% solid man in boxing, who spent 13-14 weeks with his dad living in his house, who comes into your office, breaking down on the floor, pleading his innocence, looking you in his eyes, giving you every opportunity to tell you the truth. And when you see the facts, I believe that Conor Benn is innocent. Maybe it's because he's my mate, and maybe it's because...
Duke McKenzie cuts straight to the heart of the Conor Benn scandal. After failing a third drug test, Benn is no longer just under scrutiny, he is a danger. Boxing is a sport where every punch carries real risk, and using banned substances increases that danger for himself and every opponent. Duke says Benn's license should be revoked immediately, a view shared by angry fans and fellow fighters. Repeated failures have turned him from a rising star into a warning of arrogance and carelessness. What was once raw talent is now shadowed by dishonor, and the Benn family's legacy is being questioned. This isn't just about breaking rules, it's about endangering lives, losing trust, and harming the sport's integrity. Calls for accountability are louder than ever, and Duke's strong words echo exactly how the boxing world feels.
If it was me, take his license away. You know, because you cannot cheat in the sport of boxing. Not if you're going to put on a pair of gloves and get inside that square circle and physically fight somebody, and potentially you could easily lose your life, then to take anything which will give you enhance your performance, it's just wrong in my book.
Adam Catterall highlights the serious safety risks from Conor Benn's repeated failed drug tests. Boxing isn't just entertainment, it's dangerous, and every fighter's health is at risk. By ignoring anti-doping rules, Benn not only endangers his own career but also anyone who steps into the ring with him. Voluntary testing hasn't worked, and Adam calls for stricter enforcement to prevent a disaster on fight night. Fans, promoters, and fighters are all shocked that someone with multiple violations is still allowed to compete. Benn's focus on money over integrity is a reckless gamble that damages trust in the sport and its governing bodies. This scandal isn't just a personal failure, it's a warning for boxing worldwide. Adam's message shows the urgent need for accountability and strict safety.
And get paid.
Correct.
This should not be their decision. The British Boxing Board of Control should be standing up and taking the voluntary anti-doping test seriously.
Absolutely.
Yes, I know that you work with the UK anti-doping, I know that, but this is a test. He's popped hot. Let's look into it properly. What happens if something happens on Saturday night?
Absolutely.
What if we've already got a safety issue with the
Johnny Nelson?
Johnny Nelson sums up the frustration and confusion surrounding Conor Benn's third failed drug test. Fans, insiders, and boxing officials are all struggling to keep up with the constantly changing story. The disappointment is deep because this isn't just a one-time mistake, it's part of a pattern that raises questions about Benn's integrity and past performances. The ongoing uncertainty creates tension across the boxing world. Nelson points out that the lack of clear facts only adds to the humiliation for Benn and his family. Even with some sympathy or loyalty, repeated failures make it impossible to ignore the truth. This isn't just about one fight, it threatens the credibility of the sport itself. Fans are calling for transparency, strict punishment, and immediate reforms to make sure no fighter endangers lives.
What drugs you take, it doesn't make you a better fighter. Might make you stronger, might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter. That's proof. You know, so until
Tony Bellew gives a reality check. Conor Benn may have natural fighting talent, but 3 failed drug tests now overshadow any sense of superiority. Bellew makes an important point. Being a fighter isn't the same as being a boxer. Raw strength and aggression can't replace skill, timing, and strategy, the foundation of true boxing. Benn's repeated cheating not only embarrasses him, but also casts doubt on all his past victories. Fans and critics now wonder if any of his achievements were earned fairly. What was once a promising career is now a warning. Talent alone cannot protect a fighter from disgrace.
Conor is a far better fighter than Chris Eubank Jr. is a boxer. Technically, yeah. And that's the problem that Chris Eubank Jr. is having. He's got this thing in his mind, he's a masterful boxer. No, you're not. No. I'm sorry, no, you're not.
The Conor Benn scandal has shaken boxing to its core. 3 failed drug tests, repeated embarrassment, and a damaged legacy show that shortcuts in this sport never work. Fans, fighters, and promoters are calling for accountability, stricter testing, and zero tolerance for cheating. Boxing is built on skill, discipline, and honor, and Benn's actions threaten all of that. To stay updated on the latest boxing news, controversies, and fight analysis, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the conversation in the comments. Don't miss a moment of the action.